Let you all in?
Yeah, everybody's coming in is being allowed. We're just having some technical issues. Go ahead, Mitch.
Okay. Welcome everyone. We were in public session here on October 10th. Should be 4 o'clock or 4 o'clock. My name is Mitchell Morgan. I'm the chairman of the board, and I'm going to turn it over to the president. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon. These past weeks, the entire Temple family has experienced a roller coaster of emotion. We have mourned the loss of our beloved president, Joanne Epps, and we will continue to do so. Her indomitable spirit of caring for others and optimism for the future carried us right into our annual Festival of Homecoming. This celebration provided an opportunity for our alumni to come home, to come together with our students, faculty, staff, and other series of activities. Let me just mention a few of those activities. A magnificent lecture by a nationally renowned faculty member on how the sense of playfulness invigorates learning. The induction of people into our Athletics Hall of Fame. An art fair displaying the great creativity of our students. Meetings of advisory councils that discuss potential visions for Temple University. A rousing mosaic of performances by our music, theater, and other students in the arts. A massive tailgate experience that included, outside the football arena, a stadium, a bazaar with scores of booths and exhibits by our faculty, exhibit by our School of Medicine, great School of Medicine, giving tips and aids to people to improve their health. A race car that was built by our students that people could get up close to. There was even a dunk tank for the dean of our College of Public Health, where he raised money from donors with accurate throwing arms. There was an energetic display of the talents of both our alumni and our students in our marching band with a great halftime show. And of course, a riveting football game where our student athletes who continue to excel in the classroom, they valiantly competed before an engaged crowd of really avid Temple supporters. This was a homecoming that Joanne would have been very, very proud of. With the same spirit and optimism looking forward, we meet today to build on and to extend Joanne's legacy. We look forward to the many opportunities before us, opportunities sometimes disguised as challenges. The opportunity to recruit and enroll new cohorts of students using the energy and fresh perspectives of newly appointed academic and administrative leaders. We have reinvigorated our enrollment strategy and are hard at work in recruiting the entering class of fall 2024. At the heart of our strategy is an effort to proudly tell the story of what makes Temple distinctive and appealing. We look forward to the opportunity to provide a safe and nurturing environment for all our students. We have focused on technology and staffing improvements to protect the Temple community. But our commitment stretches beyond to our neighbors and to our city. We continue to collaborate with our government and community leaders to address the root causes of violence in our communities. We look forward to the opportunity to develop our strategic plan. Under the leadership of our provost, Greg Mandel, we are focusing on refining our strategic priorities and reviewing and prioritizing our strategic initiatives. The opportunity to deepen our partnerships with the Commonwealth, with our city, with our community neighbors in fulfillment of our mission as Philadelphia's only four-year public university. We look forward to the opportunity to renew our compact with our talented and dedicated faculty in our TAUP bargaining unit. I believe we all recognize that there is much more that we embrace together than divides us. I am hopeful that we will join together in an agreement that benefits everyone. And we look forward to the opportunities that will ensue as you, the board, choose our 14th president through a process built on broad consultation and involvement. Overall, we have the opportunity to continue Joanne's legacy of bringing people together in a community of love and common purpose, dedicated to improving the lives of others. A community we all experience as the Temple family. Finally, let me thank Chairman Morgan and all the trustees for all you do for Temple. First of all, I am privileged and humbled by your expression of confidence in me to serve the university in the role of president. And I will work closely with you and with all of our constituencies forward Temple's vision in the very best memory of Joanne. On behalf of the entire university, faculty, students, staff, in fact, all of the university family, I want to express to you our collective thanks for all you do for Temple University. We appreciate your oversight and advice. We appreciate your focus on the long-term vitality and strength of this great institution. We appreciate your passion for Temple University's mission. And we, of course, appreciate just how much you support all of our faculty, students, staff, and those that Temple University serves. So, in short, we appreciate your hard work and selfless service on behalf of all that Temple University represents. With your help, Temple's future is very, very bright. That concludes my remarks. Thank you. We want to present the chairman with our Mark, our most recent secondary Mark, and each of the board members will receive this after the today. And thank you all for everything.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you very much. You are a savior. Really. It's with a heavy heart that I have to but proud to do this. The next recommendation for approval, the Board of Trustees recognize overwhelming dedication, faculty member, administrator, dean, provost, acting president, Joanne Epps, hereby remove the term acting for her title in her most recent role and officially designate her as the 13th president of Temple University with all the rights and privileges associated herewith. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
I have a second. Beyond deserving. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Moving on to the minutes of July 11th. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving to governance and nominating committee, trustee Lon Green.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On behalf of my co-chair, Bill Richards, I have 7 items to bring to your attention today. They all deal with appointing or electing people to a variety of roles and one on a revision to our bylaws. So I'll start with, and it gives me great pleasure to cover the election of a chair for this year. And the recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the nomination and recommendation of the Governance Nominating Committee, duly elect Mitch Morgan as Chair of the Board of Trustees of Temple University to serve until the next annual meeting of the Board of Trustees, in accordance with the bylaws of the university. And so moved.
Second. I'm going to abstain, so I'll say no. Moved and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And Michael make note that I abstain. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. All right, next item on the agenda is an election of a new trustee. And that recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the nomination and recommendation of the Governance and Nominating Committee, elect Laura Sparks to the Board of Trustees of Temple University for a 4-year term effective immediately in accordance with the bylaws of the university as set forth in agenda reference 4.
Second.
Having moved in a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is a recommendation for re-election of university trustees, and that recommendation is that the Board of Trustees re-elect the individuals listed below to the Board of Trustees of Temple University for a 4-year term effective immediately in accordance with the bylaws of the university. And they are Judith Belgois, Lon Greenberg, Solomon Luau, Anthony McIntyre, and James Cacchetti. I suspect each of us will refrain from voting for ourselves. But I so move.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, for efficiency, I won't go through the names of everybody else because some of these lists get long, but I'll handle them one at a time. Next recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Governance Nominating Committee, approve the reappointment of the following individuals to the Board of Trustees, Board of Directors of Temple University Health System, each for a 3-year term in accordance with the bylaws of THS. Those individuals are reflected in the resolution before you, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next item is a recommendation that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Governance and Nominating Committee, appoint the individuals set forth in the resolution as directors of Temple Educational Support Services to hold office in accordance with the bylaws of that organization. And I so move.
Second. Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is appointment of university officers for this fiscal year. That recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Governance and Nominating Committee, appoint the officers listed below to hold the officers set forth opposite their name in accordance with the bylaws of the university. And I so move.
Second. Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And the last one, you'll be glad to hear, doesn't relate to electing anyone that I don't have to name. It's rather an amendment to our bylaws. And that recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Governance Nominating Committee, recommend that the bylaws of the university be amended to revise the number of trustees that may serve on standing committees of the board as set forth in agenda reference 9. And I so move.
Second.
Have a second?
Second.
Having a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That completes my list of recommendations, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Moving to academic affairs, trustee Cacchetti.
Thank you. The Board of Trustees, upon recommendation of the Academic Affairs, Student Success Diversity Committee and the President, in accordance with the procedures outlined in the Temple University Faculty Handbook and the collective bargaining agreement to the Temple University, granting of faculty tenure, recommend that the Board of Trustees grant tenure to the faculty on the list on file in the office of the provost, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Our last recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Academic Affairs, the Success and Diversity Committee, authorize the officers to implement the academic program actions as described in agenda reference 11.
Second. Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving to External Affairs and Development Committee, Trustee Perkins. Chair, we have 3 items for approval. The first is the approval to create a term fund. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendations of the External Affairs and Development Committee and the President, approve the creation of term funds to benefit students in the College of Education and Human Development as described in agenda reference 12, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Second recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendations of the External Affairs and Development Committee and the Gift Acceptance Committee, approve the establishment of an endowed scholarship fund in the College of Science and Technology as described in agenda reference 13. I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The final recommendation from the committee that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendations of the External Affairs and Development Committee and the Gift Acceptance Committee, approve the establishment of an endowed professorship in the Lewis Katz School of Medicine as described in agenda reference 14, and I so move.
Second.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to Finance Investment Committee, Chris McNichol, Trustee McNichol.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of Co-Chair Cordino, I'm happy to bring the following recommendations to the board. Item 15 is a recommendation that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee, approve the amendment to the investment policy statements.
Affairs and Development Committee and the Gift Acceptance Committee approve the establishment of a endowed professorship in the Lewis Katz School of Medicine as described in agenda reference 14. So
I'm not sure what I'm hearing. Is anyone else hearing that?
Yes.
All right, Chris. Sherry, could you put yourself on mute?
moving on to Finance Investment Committee,
Thank you. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, thank you. I guess we're on satellite delay here. Again, I'll begin again. Item 15. It's a recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee approve the amendment to the investment policy statements to reflect the revision of the investment management agreement as described in agenda reference 15, and I so move.
Second.
and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
14.
Thank you. Item 16 is approval to create a quasi endowment. That recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee and the President, approve the creation of a quasi endowment to benefit the Health Sciences Library as described in agenda reference 16, and I so move.
Second.
And a second, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If it is okay with you, I would like to take item 17, 18, 19, 20, and 22 together as one item on your agenda, as they are a variety of capital projects relating to infrastructure, facade work, and other improvements. The details of each of these items are set forth in the respective agenda reference items in your material. Again, I would ask that we take them all together. The Board of Trustees, upon recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee, authorized the officers to approve the capital project items set forth in your agenda reference materials, items 17 through 20 and number 22, and I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have to now figure out how numbers work, and go to number 21. That is a lease at 3601 North Broad Street, Zion Baptist Church. That recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee, authorize the officers to proceed with a lease at 3601 North Broad Street, the Zion Baptist Church, with the funding and financing source being the Lewis Katz School of Medicine, as described in Agenda Reference 21, and I so move.
Second.
And a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item 23 is an acquisition of 3 properties on North Carlisle Street. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Finance and Investment Committee, authorize the officers to proceed with the acquisition of 2047, 2049, and 2051 North Carlisle Street at the aggregate cost not to exceed $772,445. The funding source is being the university reserves and is further described in Agenda Reference 23, and I so move.
Second.
And a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our final item here is Temple University, Japan, the establishment of a lease for a satellite campus in Kyoto. Upon the approval and recommendation of the Board of Directors of TESS and the Finance and Investment Committee, the recommendation is that the officers of TESS and Temple University be authorized to proceed with the lease transaction in Kyoto, Japan, to establish a TUJ campus presence there on terms and conditions as presented in Agenda Reference 24. You forgive me for skipping over the words that I know I was not going to pronounce correctly, and I so move.
Second.
I get a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, that concludes your report. Thank you.
Thank you. The reports for scanning committee reports will be in tabs 25 to 28. Moving to the officers report, the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For one recommendation to the committee, the recommendation that the investment reports for the 20 months ended June 30, 2020 received. Said reports be included and identified as described in Agenda Reference 29.
Motion and a second.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Secretary's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the degrees in course as follows. That the Board of Trustees approve the presentation of degrees in course dated December 20th, 2023 to candidates approved by the appropriate academic committees of the faculty, and that the Board of Trustees approve the presentation of degrees in course for the School of Law candidates who regularly complete their studies in October to be dated October 28th, 2023, and in December to be dated January 19th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. That completes my report.
Thank you. Moving on to the guest speakers. Show Ray Avini. You have to unmute now.
So Ray, do you have we have an opportunity for your remarks as we did last time, but you may or may not have prepared any.
She's on mute.
Yes, but she can hear us.
It's just the way.
I don't know if there's a delay.
She may not hear us for a few minutes.
Show Ray, do you hear us? You're on mute.
This particular setup and seminar is not super high functioning.
Why don't we go to
Let's go to Rohan.
you're here.
Yeah, I'm person today.
Like as last night too. Very good. Nice to see you
There
there.
on that. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the board, and members of the audience. I'm delighted to share that this semester has instilled a communal sense of hope and optimism for the future of Temple University. To build upon this classroom momentum.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know if there's a delay.
Okay, show Ray, we're gonna go back to.
For a few minutes.
Can you guys hear me?
You're
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
on mute.
Oh,
Joe Ray, particular setup and seminar is not super high functioning.
Why don't we go to
Let's go to Rohan.
you're here.
Yeah, I'm person today.
As last night too. Very good.
Nice to see you there. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the board.
Marie, if you could go on mute for a minute and we'll try and come back.
She is on here. Okay, I'm sorry.
No worries. To build upon this positive momentum, TSG has taken significant steps. We recently formed 2 new committees, the Student Athlete Advisory Council and a Disability Resources and Services Committee, in our efforts to bridge the gaps between different segments of our diverse Temple University. Additionally, we've initiated a series of roundtable discussions aiming to gain deeper insights into the complex and unique needs of our larger campus community. In our ever-evolving world, the experiences, identities, and backgrounds of our Temple community are changing as well. We're grateful for so many strides the university has made to continue to be a vessel for the future. From allowing student opinions on the presidential search to being so engaged and collaborative on various TSG conversations university-wide. To further address our community's evolving needs, we're excited about upcoming projects and discussions. These efforts will revolve around better sharing our stories, enhancing access to public transportation, and promoting civic engagement as the city of Philadelphia gets ready to vote in 4 short weeks. We're eager to continue and provide the essential student voices to matters that are utmost important to all Temple constituents. In closing, I want to express our gratitude to everyone for their continued support and guidance. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Did we lose Sheree?
I think we did.
Okay, so. As everyone knows, Sheree is the president of the faculty senate. She's on the presidential search committee. I've gotten to know her last month or so, and she's been very helpful, very involved. And I think with having 2 faculty members, 2 deans on the presidential search committee will give us the ability to make sure that we pick the best president we possibly can in the future. But meanwhile, we have the best president sitting right next to me, so we're okay. So there's no going to it. So having said that, is there any old business? Any new business? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I moved.
Stay on that.